Come on. There we go. All right. All right, here we go, y'all. So we're going to be doing a live play session. All good. How's things? How was prospecting yesterday? Did you make calls?
I was didn't talk to anyone who was like, seriously motivated, but I made.
As long as you're making them, that's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. I think you are getting just making the calls.
Love that. I teach control the controllables. And that's one thing you can control, which is what time you get up, what you put in your body, your exercise, how you react, how you respond to things. Not necessarily reacting. You don't want to react, you want to respond.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
So all right, so what do you want to hit today? You thinking you want to redo the expired?
Yeah, I was working a little like typing a script, so hopefully I'm a little bit better with that.
Awesome.
I just want to see if I can take better motivation that you're teaching me yesterday.
Yes, I love that. So yeah, let's dig into that and see if you see how that works out.
Okay, great. So, for Daniel.
Yeah, this is Daniel. Who's this?
Yeah, good morning. My name is Jacob, and I'm a local real estate agent, and we do a lot of business in your particular area with both buyers and sellers. And I'm calling this morning because I noticed that your property actually came off the market today as an expired listing. And I was calling Daniel, obviously, simply to find out when you plan on interviewing agents again for the job of actually getting it sold this time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a ton of phone calls, so I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do yet. So I can take your name and number and maybe give you a call back.
Yeah, absolutely. I can imagine you're probably one of the busiest people in your market.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
And Daniel, my job isn't to talk you into anything. It's really just to help you out. And I guess I'm curious, when you originally put the house on the market, was there any particular reason you were even considering selling it?
I mean, yeah, my job's taking me to Worcester, so
Gotcha. Worcester, wow. So you have a job taking you out to Worcester?
yes.
Awesome, man. I actually don't Worcester. Wow. Is there anything else besides your job that's important to you about Worcester?
What's the 4 words? Give me the 4 words that I want you to say.
The 4 words.
Tell me about that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, tell me about that, Daniel.
So yeah, so when I do tell me about that, it's like, hey, so Jacob, tell me about that. Tell me what is important about getting you out to Worcester. Like, when's your job? Like, when does your job start? Probe it. Probe me.
Wow, tell me about that, Daniel. Worcester, what's our priority?
It's okay. So remember, my job's taking me there, so you're going to want to know about the job. So it's like, hey, tell me about that. What field are you in?
Okay, yeah. So tell me about that. What field are you in, Daniel?
We're in tech. We're myself and my wife are in tech.
Okay, so tech. Wow, man, that's pretty interesting. Do you work for like Facebook or something?
No, actually, Google.
Oh wow, Google, man. So I think you're an engineer, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we work in the tech department. So yeah, we're I guess you can call us engineers.
Well, so you guys are definitely really smart people then. And I guess outside of like your work, what else is important about the move to Worcester for you guys?
Well, I mean, we do have friends there, a couple friends, so it's not terrible that we're leaving where we are, but we are leaving. We're going to be farther away from family, but we have friends that are there, so it's not all lost.
Gotcha. So sounds like you have some pretty close friends that you probably know for a long time, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay, great. And I guess is there anything else that I'm missing about what's important to you guys about the move to Worcester?
No, I mean, I think that's pretty much why. I mean, again, job's taking us there. We got to get there. It's just a matter of getting the house sold. But now everybody and their, and their mother is calling us to tell us that they can sell the property, and it's really freaking annoying, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, you probably think just like when we were on the market, were you guys then?
Yeah, great question.
No, I totally get it, and I'm actually looking at the market right now because I'm real familiar with your market. And did you guys know that there's at least three houses in a similar price range, similar size that actually sold near your house?
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, so I guess the question really is just why didn't yours sell?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, and but what did your agent say was keeping home from selling, Daniel?
We didn't have much communication with them. They basically listed it, and then we didn't hear from them very often. And when we did, they were telling us to lower the price.
Wow. Well, let me be the first to tell you, you definitely deserve our better service than that, Daniel. And I guess if we were to be able to produce an offer for you that was the price in terms that you were looking for within the next 30 to 45 days, would you be open to that?
Yeah, I know it's funny. Like everybody's basically telling me that, like, hey, I can, let me come out and meet you. Like, we know how to sell your property. So, I mean, anything that I do at this point, I'm gonna, talk to my wife about it. So,
That makes complete sense. And how does the missus feel about everything?
I mean, she's on board with it.
Okay, so I'm bored with it. So it sounds like you guys are both definitely still interested in selling. You guys are definitely both still interested in getting out to Worcester and for the new job to be closer with your friends. And so it's more just of a matter of when you guys can sell the house and not if.
Yeah, I mean, we have to sell it, so the property's going to sell. It's just a matter of when we do it, with who we do it with.
Absolutely. And Daniel, do you mind if I make a quick suggestion?
What's that?
I'd be happy to stop by one day this week to show you why the home didn't sell and two things very clearly. One, on how we can actually get it to sell this time for a price that works for you or more. And then I'll also show you like your net bottom line, how much you can expect to receive from the home. It'll be just like a 15, 20-minute pop-in meeting. Is that something you and your wife would be against?
No, but I mean, I would have to talk to her first.
Yeah, absolutely. And so assuming everything goes well and she does agree to meeting, when do more or when are you guys typically open? Like afternoons or evenings?
I mean, we're generally available evenings after work.
Okay. So evenings for you, is that like maybe 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock?
Like 6.
Okay, so like 6 o'clock. Yeah. I'm actually looking at my schedule right now. If I were to pencil you in on Thursday at like 6 o'clock, do you think that would work for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would work.
Okay, so how about I do this? I'll pencil you guys in with a big eraser, and then on Wednesday evening, at some point tomorrow, I'll give you a quick call just to confirm everything or fits with you and your wife, and then if not, we can schedule for a different day. Sound fair?
Yeah, it's fair.
Great. Well, great, Daniel. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to potentially meeting you and your wife this week.
Okay, great. All right, definitely better than yesterday.
Thank you.
I'm just taking some notes here. So yeah, this is definitely better. I like that you're now getting more inquisitive about why we're doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
So good. This is all good. So yeah, I want you to keep, like remember, I know that when agents are new, it's newer, I should say. The tendency is to get nervous when you're talking to people. We're
Yeah.
just having conversations. Remember, that's all this is you having a conversation with another human being. Very good. Act as if this is your best friend or your mother or your father, whoever. So when they tell you why they're doing what they're doing, for me, that's like you've just opened the door for me to list the property in my
Mhm.
mind. So when I say, "Hey, we're going to be moving to yeah, like our job's taking us there," now immediately I'm like, "Oh wow, awesome! Tell me about that."
Okay.
Like, hey man, like what's in whereabouts in Worcester? What field are you in? Have you been doing that a long time? And then I can lead into time because you didn't lead into time, and I want you to lead into time too. Yeah. So when you get to like, how soon do you need to get to Worcester? Like, what's your time frame on that?
Mhm.
It's very natural. Like you can see how I'm saying it. It's not like I'm probing you for questions. This is a very normal and natural conversation you're having with someone
Mhm.
that just literally had their property on the market 6 months, didn't sell. And again, remember now every Tom, Dick, and Harry is calling them saying, I can sell it. Let me come out and show you. Here's what I can do. And let's get this appointment. It's just all like taking, all taking. You're just probing them to figure out, hey, let me see if they're even still interested in selling. And if they are their goals and expectations something that are in alignment with what I can deliver?
Yeah.
That's really all we're doing.
Yeah. Making it about them.
That's it. So I like that you started probing, and then it's like, yeah, I want to kind of build that rapport a little bit.
Mhm.
Now, here's a key thing that I want you to start to get a habit of.
Okay.
What's my wife's name?
Okay. So what's your wife's name?
Well, I'm asking you, and you don't know.
Yeah.
Get to what ask. So when I'm like, well, yeah, my wife and I are in tech. Awesome. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, what's your wife's name? Lauren. Now you can always lump in Lauren when you're talking about him. So, hey, like, share with me, like, in terms of time frame, like, what were you and Lauren thinking as far as getting over there? To see how personal that is now?
Mhm.
Now you're talking about him and his wife, and you're using his wife's name. It's a very simple and subtle thing.
Okay.
Okay?
Let me bring that down now.
Yeah. I always make it a point to know because she's just as involved in the decision, probably more of the decision maker than he is.
Uh-huh.
Everything's gonna run through her.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know they say like, what, I'm not married, but like happy wife, happy life. Is that what they say?
Yeah,
Something like
pretty
that.
much. And my older brother's marriage is I can see it's definitely true.
Yeah, like he's not making any decisions without her, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So
So I imagine, so like if I get the wife on the phone, whatever, just and then try to find a way to find out her husband's name, cue him in.
yes, well, if you get the wife on the phone first, you're gonna not set any appointment without having him there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, because he can kibosh it.
And I know Aaron always talks about how he likes to make appointments with all decision makers at the table too.
Yep. If you can do that, do that.
Hmm.
If you can, because when you pre-qual, if she's not there, I would try to see if you can get her on the phone. There's no doubt.
Okay.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Jacob. Is your wife available?
Hmm.
Because hey, if all makes sense, everything makes sense. If you're comfortable and confident with me, I mean, look, myself, my team, we're ready to get to work for you today, or even possibly tomorrow. So,
Hmm.
do you get help if your wife is in on the conversation too?
Hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You can get her on, great.
Mm.
But if you can't, pre-qual them, and then when you call, so I call them back at that night. That's in my close. Hey, I'm going to give you a ring tonight to make sure of two things. Number one, that you received the email that I had sent to you, and then number two, that our time Wednesday at 3 o'clock is still good. Sound fair? Sound
Okay.
fair. So I do that,
Mhm.
and then just don't ask. Ask it in the way of, "May I make a suggestion?" That's how I would say that. I forgot how you worded it, but you worded it like, "Hey, would it be okay if I forgot how you worded it.
I think I said, would it be okay if I make a recommendation? I think I
Yeah,
said
and I'm like, "No, don't say that. Just say, may I make a suggestion?'"
that. May I make a suggestion?
That's it, and then you close them. And the close is this, because when you say, "May I make a suggestion?" They're them saying yes is your opportunity to close. They're giving you the permission to close. And then it's, "Hey, would love to simply pop by your home, Jacob, see what it has to offer in person, and while I'm there, we'll discuss 2 things very clearly. Number 1 is what happened last time and what changes we need to make. to ensure we get buyers walking through here making bona fide qualified offers to you.
Mhm.
And then number 2 is your net bottom line. What you can realistically expect to receive, Jacob, when you're at the closing table signing papers to close.
Uh-huh.
And then whether it's now or later, me, or it could even be somebody else, at least you've met with the top agent in your area. You will have all the information you need so you can make the best decision you can for yourself and your family. Does that sound fair to you?
Nice.
And they're gonna be like, yeah, sounds good."
Mhm.
And
Yeah, so
that's
definitely keep chanting the script to get that in tighter, but I think I'm getting a little bit at least better than yesterday.
100%. Oh, this is like light years better than yesterday.
Yeah, I
Now I'm
think so.
molding the close. Because you're getting better at building the rapport and figuring out why they're doing what they're doing.
Mhm.
Then once you get that, it's, "Hey, so I'm hearing a couple things pretty clearly. Number 1, you know, you, you definitely sell the property if you got an offer that was reasonable to you, like, let's say 30 days. And number 2, more importantly, really through no fault of your own, it just sounds like you weren't getting the service you expected to receive when you listened with your previous agent. Is that right?"
Yeah.
And they're gonna say, "Yes." And then that's when you say, "May I make a suggestion?" And then you close. Love to simply pop by, see what the home has to offer in person. While I'm there, we'll discuss 2 things very clearly. And you summarize what you can do. And then the way the words that you use to close it are important because you're using all yous. There's no I's in there. Even when I go for, I'm gonna get into timeframes in a minute. Even when I go for, the timeframes, I don't say, "Well, let me look at my schedule." Okay, I'm looking at my schedule here, and I don't do that.
Mhm.
So, when I say, an hour later, at least you've met with the top agent in your area. You'll have all the information you need so you can make the best decision you can for yourself and your family. Does that sound fair to you? And they'll be like, "Yes." Okay, great. Under optimal conditions, are you generally available evenings or are afternoons better for you?
Mhm.
That's how I word that. Always give 2 options.
Mhm.
They'll pick one, afternoon. Okay? So are you thinking instead of, "Let me look at my calendar here. Okay, I have, my schedule, I don't do that. I just say, "Okay, so are you thinking" now, obviously, you're looking at your calendar when you're going over these times. "Okay, so are you thinking Thursday at 3, or are you thinking Wednesday at 2? What's better for you?" Notice there's always 2 options.
Always two options, never any I. Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't use "I's." It's always "we's."
Mhm.
And then when you do the times, yeah, you just do that.
Mhm.
Alright?
Yeah, and
And
for the time frame, it's really just that one question too.
yeah, that's all.
Mhm.
Under optimal conditions, you're generally available evenings or afternoons better for you.
Mhm.
And then they'll tell you. And now always remember, brother, make that 2 times that you can do. Don't offer out evenings if you have kids and you can't do evenings because 'cause you're home with your family. Offer well, I have agents that are doing that, and I was like, they're like, "Well, they're always making times when I can't do it, when it's interfering with my family." And I was like, "Well, what are you offering them as far as times? You gotta offer times that work for you."
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then don't forget, lead into to the prequel.
Okay, so
Yeah.
ending with a prequel. And then
Once they agree to the appointment, lead into the prequel.
mhm, okay.
So when everything is set, "Yeah, Wednesday at 3." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, we can do Wednesday at 3." "Perfect. Okay." So, and in preparation for our time together, Wednesday at 3, I just wanna ask a few quick questions to make sure that when we do meet, check if I can just be of best assistance to you and maximize our time. Okay? and that's your lead in, and then you just go right into the prequel.
Okay.
Gauge them for time, and if they say, "Well, I'm a little pressed for time," only ask the important, ask the questions that are super important, that you can at least, comp the property right, know that all decision makers are there, um, and if they're open to actually signing with you when you meet.
Okay.
Yeah, but at least do your lead in to prequel.
So let me get that. Prequel.
Yeah. Because our natural tendency when we get somebody that agrees to an appointment is to just say, "Awesome. Okay, great. I'll see you tomorrow at 3."
Yeah, just show up and not even know if it's a true lead or not.
There you go. Believe me, I say this, brother, because I've done it so many times when I
I've
was
done
starting.
it.
Yeah, we get all juiced. So
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it.
yeah, I hope this was this helpful?
No, it definitely isn't. Just I think I'll just need to focus more time on just chanting the scripts, trying to like hammer it in my head as much as I can, you know?
I would write them out.
Yeah, writing it out feels better.
Well, I did both. I did everything.
Uh,
I wrote them out for 60 days. I chanted them. I listened to them. Yeah, I just engulfed myself. And, yeah, and that's one of the reasons Aaron had me run his role play group for about 3, 4 years. It's changed now, just so you know. Now they only do, um, every day at, 11 in the morning. It's on school.
uh,
Did you get, like, a link and stuff for that?
oh yeah, I'm part of that group too.
Yeah, so that's where the role play is. It's not really in the morning anymore. I'm doing it for you because I wanna help you.
Yeah, I appreciate
Yeah. I know, everything changed, and I just found out about the change, the logistics of the change yesterday.
it. Wow. Okay.
So, but it's all good. So, yeah, if you want, we could do this tomorrow. If you wanna run through this again, I'm more than happy to do it for you tomorrow.
Okay. I think that email or that gave me like the Excel sheet to show me who I was role playing with. I think it said like you're going to be on vacation the last 2 days of this week or something.
I generally am off on Thursdays and Fridays because I have other things to do, but,
Okay.
it
No
depends.
worries.
Sometimes, yeah, I'm available, sometimes I'm not. So we'll see when, it depends on the day when the day comes.
Absolutely. So, yeah, if you're open tomorrow, I'd appreciate it. And if you're not available the last 2 days of the week, I understand that too.
Yeah, no, all good. But I'm just everything that we went over. So what I'd like to do is now you have how to dig with motivation. Now you know probing questions to ask when you're talking to them. Now you know how to nonchalantly get time frame.
Mhm.
You can just ask it. You can just ask it when you're getting into the motivation.
Mhm.
Oh, so you're going to Worcester, like, yeah. Like, tell me, like, how soon do you need to be there?
Mhm.
What's your time frame on that? And it's so nonchalant and natural. They don't even, you're tackling one question that you know that we have to get the answer to anyway, and you're just doing it in a very nonchalant manner. So
Right.
yeah, it is. It's all about motivation. So that's the uh that's the driver here. So once you get all that, you just keep digging, keep asking, keep asking. Is there anything else that's important about that? Is there anything else important about the move? What else about the move is important to you? Once they say no, that's it, then you move on, and I move on.
Mhm.
But that's it. But if I can drive one thing home with you, it's motivation, motivation, motivation. And then once you get it, you can figure out you've unpacked that door, you can get out of that room and get into the next room, which is what happened.
Mhm.
Time frames, what happened. And time frames you can get in motivation. It's very easy.
Yeah, just like how soon do you have to be in Worcester or whatever?
Yeah, that's it. What was your time frame? How soon are you looking to get there?
Right.
And then, what happened? Hey, if you don't mind, I mean, I'm looking at a beautiful home here. I mean, I'm a little confused. Like, what happened? Like, why did your agent give you any? How come the home didn't sell?
Mhm.
And then again, they'll start to spew what they hated about their agent, and then you summarize it. Wow, so if I'm hearing you right, I mean, and how'd you happen to pick them? Did you know them? That's my
Mm,
go. How'd you happen to pick the agent? Did you know them?
yeah.
And usually it's someone that sold them the home.
Some who were selling them a home or like a family member who got their license or some shit
Yeah,
like that.
something like that.
Have you ever had like a call where you basically, because I know sometimes when it's a family member, they sometimes want to relist with them because they feel bad about like damaging the relationship. Have you ever had to like offer a referral fee just to get the listing?
Oh, sure. And I'll do that if I know look, if it's someone's daughter, son, niece, nephew, like that's you're most likely not gonna compete with it. So the way that you do is give them a referral if they're new.
Yeah.
And I offer to train them through the process. Hey, you know what? I get this all a lot, Jacob. I appreciate you sharing that with me. Most people know somebody in the real estate industry in their family. So what we
Uh-huh.
find to be beneficial for situations like this is, you know, we obviously we've sold hundreds of homes and you know our track record. So what we can do is keep your niece involved in the process by offering her a very nice referral. And what we'll do during the transaction is train her and show her how the inner workings of selling a beautiful property like this actually work. That way, she's involved in the process, and at the same time, she's getting professional training for free. How's that
She's
sound?
not getting paid.
Yeah. Like, how's that sound? And they're like, you know, sometimes they're just like, "No, well, I'm giving it to my niece," or, you know, and then I'll try to close them again. You know, imagine this is a business decision to sell this property, right? Yeah. Yeah, and I know that usually in situations like this, sellers always wanna get more than one opinion to make sure you're not leaving any money on the table. That makes sense? Yeah. Okay. What we'd love to do is just, again, simply pop by, see what the home has to offer in person while I'm there, and then I just try to close them again that way.
You have like a rule of thumb roughly on how many times you try to close before it's just like probably not an opportunity.
I try to go, like, I mean, shoot, 5 times.
Okay.
Yeah, but the closes are, um some of them are hard. The first couple are hard, and then if I notice they're just really, like, against it, I'll do softer closes, but I'm still trying to get the signature.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, and my last one is, um oh, well, that's on the listing presentation, not here. My last one on listing presentation is, you know, "Hey, well, I'm here," you know, and I appreciate that, and I'll turn and you know, I'm at the door, and I'll turn and be like, "You know, Jacob, I'm here." I said, "In order for us to just really just save time," I said, "Why don't we do this?" I said, "I have the paperwork here. We do the paperwork, but it sits in this attaché for 24 hours. You meet with the agents you wanna meet with, and tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, I'm gonna call you. You're either gonna tell me, you know, 'Dan, hey, we're gonna go another direction,' or 'Dan, you are our guy. We figured out it. We've met everybody else. We just know that you are the one that's gonna be able to get us the most for this property and do it the best way possible.' And at least this way, Jacob, you haven't lost any time, and we can get our photographer in here same day. How's that sound?" And I'll do that
Hmm.
as my last close.
Nice.
Yeah, so and if you notice, I breeze over them saying no to me, and I get really excited about when they say yes to me.
Hmm.
So I say to them, I'm gonna call you tomorrow, and you're either gonna share with me, you know what, Dan, we're gonna go another direction. Or, hey, Dan, you know what? You are the guy for us, and we are super excited to get this property sold for the highest amount possible because we know you are the person that can do it. We're super confident in you. One of those two scenarios is gonna happen. And that's how I do that. So if you notice that's the tonality that you'll start to learn when you get really good with these, you can start to change up tonality.
So, I know like the biggest thing right now is just trying to get me to learn all the words and stuff. And then after once I master the words, I can start focusing a little more on tonality.
Yep, you absolutely will. And you will get there. It's just gonna take time,
Mhm.
patience, and effort. That's all it's gonna take, man. Doing these every day, believe me, I was where you were,
Uh,
and it just takes time, effort, and energy. And it's there, chant them, you know, chant the scripts, do all that. Write them down every day, 60 days, you know,
mhm.
you'll memorize it if you write it down in 60 days, you'll memorize it.
Absolutely.
So, Sound good, my brother?
Absolutely, man. I appreciate your time, Daniel.
Awesome. All right. Make today great, brother.
Thanks, man. See you.
Take care. All right, guys. So real quick, that was a role play session with a very new agent who's learning scripts, and we role played yesterday, and I didn't live stream it, but this is eons better than what he was the day before. He was very, very new, and then I gave him some tips and some pointers on how to really dig for motivation because we know that that's most important. So today's call was way more uh, client centric instead of agent centric, and it sounded way better. And now what we're doing is now that he's really getting the motivation down, I can mold it more into getting it all into one: motivation, time frame, what happened, close. That's the important thing. So we help them? Yes. Um, there's definitely a need to help them, and then after that, it's closing with the motivation. So he did very, very well with that. I'm looking forward to doing it tomorrow. We will live stream it tomorrow. I'll be in a different location in my studio, so you won't get to see my kitchen. And yeah, so we'll be good. All right, y'all. I hope this is helpful. And again, guys, if you're watching these, drop in the comments what you think. The pointers. If you guys have any different methods or tips and tricks that you use for getting motivation and setting appointments. We're all here to learn. So if you guys have something like that, drop it in the comments, subscribe or like the channel, or again, I'm always open to feedback. I've been doing this for a very long time, well over a decade. And again, this really kind of, it feeds me and it serves me because I'm giving out to agents that need help. So that's really what kind of jazzes me up. I studied to be a teacher in college, so this is natural to me. So I'm hoping it's helping to you guys too. All right. So be well, love your life, and I'll talk to you next time.